Are you gonna marry me?
My big head doesn't fit on the screen.
Dimitri, why won't you marry her?
Are you?
Yes.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special BB Can 7 recap, live feed spoiler, and your fan questions live show with the one, the only, Aika. Oh my god, I get it everyone. 9,000 tweets, where's Aika? She's here, you can stop tweeting me now. But first, let you guys know, if you want to see any of our stuff back, you can check it out at yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. Check out the previous shows Aika's done. We had Karen on, which that show will post tonight after this Aika show. But you can see all of our Big Brother Canada content there from the last 7 seasons, as well as all the other shows we cover on our website. Wanted to let you guys know also, we do have live feed updaters this season at BBCan7 Live Feeds. If you want to be an updater, fill out the form at yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters to become a live feed updater. If you guys are watching the show back, consider becoming a fan over on YouNow. It's totally free. You can watch us do the shows live, interact with chat, and become a patron to help support our shows. Patrons get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaway, weekly shows just for patrons, and the after shows with the house guests at the end of the season. So we'll be live here on YouNow. Then we will go into the patron group for the private after show where all the tea basically gets spilled. It's a great way to help support our shows, as is doing a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. That nobody does, but it's fine. And lastly, if you have any Amazon shopping to do, use our link, yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. All great ways to help us get to Canada so we can do those backyard interviews live. Maybe we'll see Aika in the backyard this year. But without further ado, we must bring on the lady that you all have been dying to hear from this season. Well, you would if you're watching Big Brother Canada. Anyway, it's Aika! Hi Aika, how are you doing?
I'm good. How's everything?
Everything is amazing, Aika. We love you. I can't tell you how many people are like, where's Aika? When is Aika coming on? Get Aika over here. We have questions for Aika. We need the tea. Spill it. Spill it on Aika. I'm like, oh my god.
Eric knows that I'll be here whenever he asks me, guys. It's all Eric's fault.
It is. It is all my fault. I said, Aika, you are too big now. You are all over the Entertainment Tonight, ET Canada. You're doing behind the scenes. You're everywhere, Aika.
Honestly, it looks like that, but I'm not.
Well, a very wise Big Brother player once said, perception is reality.
Exactly.
Aika, I want to first let everyone know this. Start leaving your questions in the chat room for Aika. We're collecting them. You can also tweet me them with hashtag YRLive. I can pull them up on the screen. Spread the word. Let everyone know that we're live right now. Use that square up arrow. Let everybody know that we are live. And become a fan. Since you're here, click that fan button so you get alerted every time we go live. We have so many house guests coming on. Josh, who you just interviewed, Aika, is coming on next week to talk the challenge with us. Are you watching any of the challenge?
Yes, and I'm watching the challenge. I love Josh. I'm addicted now.
It is so, I don't know what we have to do to get you on the challenge, but let's make that happen.
I don't think I'll be great on the challenge. Honestly, I'm not joking. I feel like I would, if you see those girls, they would drag me and pull me and toss me like a friggin' rag doll.
You and Devon together? I don't know that I could handle it. I mean, we need it, Aika. We need it. So, all right, let me start at the beginning, because I know one of the things people want is your thoughts on the house guests this season, because you got to interview all of them pre-season. Is there anybody that you talk to or interview pre-season who you feel has changed a lot or is playing better or worse than you thought they would?
I would say when I interviewed Damien preseason, I was just like, does this guy even want to be here? He's not likable at all. I'm like, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
But watching him on the season, he's one of the most likable guys.
So Damien, now, were you surprised to see him win the power both times now?
Yeah, I was surprised the first time, and I was surprised again the second time. Yeah. And I was just like, why do people like him so much? But I think it's because all the other guys are just so intolerable.
Right. And isn't it the First Nation thing? So he's very like representative of Canada. I think Canada feels very connected to a Damien.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a part of it. I feel like he is so proud and he owns who he is and he just loves it so much. And he's a great representation of who he is as well. So
yeah,
that could be a part of it.
How is it doing the ET Canada shows? You get to go behind the scenes. You get to like show us what you're thinking. We just saw the video of you reacting to Aman's video today. Is that like, as a Big Brother fan, 'cause I think that's what so many of us love about you is you're such a big fan of the game. So what is it like getting to, have that inside track each season almost?
You know what? Honestly, for me, it's an extension of my experience from the show.
Right.
And I feel like each year they choose someone to represent Big Brother, and they had Sarah in past seasons. They had me, and maybe after season 7, another queen will arise, and and have that part of their extension as well. So it's really cool to do it for now, but I just see it more of like an extension of my experience and not so much like a job.
Yeah. There is no other queens rising. You're fine.
No!
From this season, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm loving Kira this season. I kind of like Chelsea at the start, but it seems like maybe not so much. But yeah, I mean, there are, but no, there's no one coming for your throne this season. You don't have to worry about it.
A part of me is like, it's such a cool experience going on the show, and doing well and then leaving and getting all of this stuff. And a part of it is just like, I can't wait for somebody else to experience that. It's just an extension of what you experience on the show. You know what I mean?
I hear you, but you let them experience it in like 10 years. I say you stay on now. We want all the Ica that we can get. I saw somebody in the chat room asking, is it the same Aman? Yes, Aman did shows with us and for us on all the other seasons of Big Brother Canada. You can check them out on our website. The best one, like you saw him doing that one, the reenactment. He did one, I believe last season, where it was like 4 of him and they were singing a cappella doing the recap, which blew my mind.
He's amazing. I'm not joking. I love him.
He's amazing. All right, let me get to some of these questions for you because we're never getting through all of them on this show. First one that I want to ask, and you got it from a ton of people. Everybody wants to know what your theory is on the blood veto. What do you think the blood veto could be about? I
feel like I'm thinking it's blood.
Right.
So you get the advantage, but you also get blood on your hands. So I'm thinking...
Go ahead. Oh no. Skype has frozen Ica from... Oh, wait, hold on. You're not back.
Oh, wait, am I back?
Yeah, you were frozen for a second. Okay, so go ahead. Blood veto. We can fix that on the edited show. Blood veto. What are your thoughts on it?
So for blood veto, I definitely feel like it's a veto that will give you power, but you definitely get blood on your hands. So whatever choice you make, the house guests will know about it, and they will know it's you who made these decisions because it's a blood veto.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
I mean, wouldn't everybody know what happens when the veto gets played anyway? It's not like veto's secret, but you mean maybe it's not a veto.
what I mean is like on season 5, William got the secret veto where he the knob and no one knew that it was him.
Got you.
Where it's like on season 7, if they veto someone and they could replace someone, everyone will know it's them who did it.
Yeah. Okay, I love it. I love that. Lost in Cruise wants to know, Aika, if you had the power to insert Dimitri, Karen, and Cassandra into the game, but you had to knock 3 people out, who would you knock out to put them in? Okay,
so let's start with Cassandra because she is queen.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely put Cassandra in place of Kira, but not Kiki, like the Kira
really?
I would put her in there just because if I'm going to knock somebody out, I would put her in with like Chelsea Kira, like that one. Those two are together.
Right.
I would put her in because I still feel like Chelsea is bringing something to the table. Like she is, like ruffling feathers. She is doing her thing. She thinks she's super smart. So leave her in because she's still good for the show.
Right.
I feel like I would have honestly said Kiki or Esty because they're boring to me, but I feel like their fans would like rip all my edges out. So I felt like Kira was the next best option.
Are there a lot of Kiki fans out there? Because I'm not seeing them.
You know what? I just feel like the fans like them together and they're not doing anything. So I don't know. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I would take out Kiki and Esty and put Karen and Cass in their place.
Right. And I totally mess it up. I do this all the time. I know there's a ton of Kiki fans. I meant Kira. I meant that there are a lot of Kira fans. I always forget that Kira is, and I feel like I have to say non-binary Kira in order to remember Kira versus Kiki. I always flip it. I know there's a lot of Kiki fans. Don't kill me, everyone.
Yeah. So I feel like just because I just feel like the Kiki and Esty characters are just the characters that talk to the camera but don't really do anything. And I feel like Karen and Cassandra would do something. So I would put them in place of them. Okay. And then for Dimitri, I would put him in place of Mark. I just really don't like Mark.
Have you seen the clip? I mean, maybe I'll put it in right here in the edited version. Have you seen the clip, though, of Mark, how he literally knows everything that has happened on every day and he, like, put it into a song?
Yeah, I saw it. I was just like, oh my God.
And you're not impressed by that?
I am not impressed. I'm more, like, shocked at Dane not being like, oh my God, like, you're a threat, you have to go.
Well, I mean, Dame doesn't seem that game smart.
I can't stand you.
I'm just saying maybe the hockey pucks have hit him a few times. I'm surprised that he has made it so far. Karen yesterday, and she said that I should see if you agreed today. She does not like game-splaining, which is kind of what you just referenced with the Steffi and Kiki. How do you feel about the game-splaining, the players that talk to us, the live feed viewer? Are you a fan of game-splaining or no?
You know what my problem is with it? My only problem is with it is that, like, for an instance, Kiki on the previous episode was at the cameras and she was just like, ooh, I know they're coming after me. I'm going to get them. I'm a bad bitch. Da-da-da-da-da. And she got it so wrong. They were not going after her. They were actually going to backdoor Kaylin. And she had it all wrong. And to me, I hate those players. Hate is a strong word. I don't like those players because I feel like they say enough crap. And then eventually, when they're usually right about one thing, and then production will take that one thing that they're right about and then edit that. And it's like, oh, look, they knew all along. And it's like, they're actually confused players and not in control of anything. And they're just literally, just saying all these things that, oh, we're going to get ourselves off. We're going to do this. No, boo. Like, it was already in the plans to get you off the block and to put Kaylin on. And those players just irk me because they say the most when they can't do anything, and they don't do anything, but they get all this credit because they just sit and talk to the cameras about what they're going to do. And they just, it's just annoying to watch, but live feeders like it.
I was gonna see, I love it. I was defending the point to Karen, and I agree with you on all that. If you're just doing it because you're trying to get airtime and camera time and all of that, yes, that's annoying. I appreciate the ones that do it and let us know what they're actually thinking. Because, you know, the show's edited. We can't really believe what we're hearing in the DR sometimes. So it's nice to know what they're really thinking when they talk to the camera. But that section of it is the part I like. I agree with you. There are definitely house guests that abuse that power or are doing it for the wrong reasons, let's say.
That's the only part I hate about it. It's like, say for an instance, like say I had a conversation with someone and it was a complete BS. When they leave, I would say, oh, that was a complete BS, just so you guys know, I don't like that person. But if you're going to talk to cameras and be like, oh, this person said this to me, but I know for a fact they actually meant this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, you're completely wrong. But it's like, I don't like those players who do that, because then it's just like, something they say at some point will be right, and then they'll get credit for all the wrong things that they thought was right. And that's what I don't like about those players.
Right. And I agree with you. Rod Carson wants to know, now that you're interviewing both US and Canada players, how do you compare the two? Do you feel like there's any differences in their plans when they are going into the house or after they've been evicted that you notice?
100% for sure. So whenever I interview U.S. house guests, they give me a better idea of who they'll be in the house. Right. They have no filter. They tell me everything. They give me a good idea of who they'll be, which is why it's easier for me to say, I want to root for Tyler or Josh or this, because I know how they'll be in the house, stacked up to the other house guests. The Canadian house guests are a lot more filtered. They don't want to offend anyone. They want to be politically correct. They want to say answers that they think the fans will like. They're a lot harder to read, and they don't give me as great as an interview as the U.S. people do. That's what I noticed as interviewing the U.S. and the Canadians.
Really? See, I would think that us Americans are big fame whores.
Yes, right? But because you guys are big fame whores, you give me all your personalities, you give me everything in the interview. The Canadians are just like, well, I know Canada's watching, so I always want to say the right thing, and I just want to do this. And when they leave, I'm just like, I don't even know who I'm rooting for, because I don't even know who you are.
Do you think it comes down to the fault of people like me? People that are out there telling players, you have to play the house, you have to play production, you have to play your country. Because I really feel like that's what you have to do to win the game, but not at the expense of being a fake person. Like, you have to do all those things, but still be you and be authentic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so, because like the people that I interviewed, a lot of them, they didn't seem like they were huge, like super fans of the show, you know what I mean? But they were definitely cognitive of the fact that, ooh, like I don't want to say the wrong thing. Like I remember I asked Kiki a question, and I was just like, hey, if you were in that house, what past house guest personality would you not want to see? And she did not want to answer the question. She was just like, I mean, like, I wasn't really in the house with them, so I don't really know. And da-da-da-da-da. Like, girl, like, you watch the show. You know which house guy's personality will rub you the wrong way, who you don't want to see.
But,
so just say it.
But maybe she's afraid. Maybe she's afraid to... Yeah, I think maybe she's afraid. Like, what if she was like, it's you, Aika? And I feel I'm in a safe space because the Entertainment Tonight people will protect me.
No, it's true. It's true. Whereas, like, the U.S. people would be like, well, I don't want to see someone in the house with your personality. You scare me. They would have said something kind of like that.
Right. Melanie S., speaking of this topic, Melanie S. wants to know, Aika, what do you think the actual reason is then that Canadians care so much about what Canada thinks of them?
I don't know. I do feel like in Canada, they are, they are a lot more concerned with their image. Maybe because it's a smaller fan base.
Right.
Um, and where the U.S. is a larger fan base, so the hate and the love gets spread out so much more. I think Canadians, they're just so, I don't know what it is, but they're just so concerned with how they come off on television. And not everyone, clearly. Like, we have people like Adam in the house.
Right.
Just like, I'm a bro's bro, and that's just what he truly believes.
Right.
But you definitely have people in the house who are just like, I know Canada's watching. And when I leave this house, I want to be like a role model. I want to be known for this. I want to be known as a feminist and all this stuff. And they just play up all this stuff. That's just not true.
Flynn Darling in the chat room says, speaking of Adam, what are your thoughts on the Adam and Sam showmance?
You know what? So I have a different stance on Adam and Sam. It's not that I am rooting for Adam and Sam. I feel like Adam and Sam are the only two people. I would say not the only two people, but one of the few people in the house who are kind of like being true to themselves. Like, Adam really is that bros, alpha male kind of guy. Sam is really that crazy now. I'm just letting y'all know. She is really that crazy. She is unfiltered. She is crazy. And I could appreciate someone, not from a fan perspective, which just from a previous player perspective, right, that at least they're being themselves. At least they're giving us great television week after week. At least they're giving us content to talk about week after week. Whereas you have some other people who are just like, I am doing this because I want Canada to like me. I'm doing this because I feel like, they're bullies. They're not bullies, actually. They're not bullies. They're just playing their game.
Oh, I cannot stand when people say that anyone is bullying them in a game that they signed up to play for money. You
know what? Like, I get that, like, there are stronger personalities and personalities that go the wrong way. However, in season 7, we don't really have those. We don't have any bullies in season 7. So when they're just like, oh, we're going to overturn the bullies, where are they? Where?
Janet La in chat wants to know, speaking of Adam and Sam, do you think that Sam needs to distance herself more from Adam to get the target off of her, or should she try include him in more of the deals with other house guests?
I feel like that target with Sam and Adam is just already there, Mm-hmm. There's not much that Sam or Adam could do to shake that. And even if Sam struck some deal and got out Adam, she will always be a target. Unless perhaps Chelsea might take her in, and her and Chelsea could just, build a strong woman force and just take over the house. But I feel like the damage is already done.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they're trying to hide it so much when it's clear that we all know. I feel like I'm on the opposite side of everybody this season. I don't mind Sam at all. I actually like her, and I love Adam's body. So if we could just, like, he can leave, but maybe like some photos of him around, I'm fine with. Speaking of showmances, Kara wants to know, in BB Can history, the showmances always go far. Do you think that the house should target Sam and Adam now, knowing that? Why or why not?
So I have a soft spot for showmances now.
Do you?
A little bit. I feel like when it comes to showmances, you use it to your advantage. Like, it's always 2 votes. They're going to vote the same every single time. So if you're in a position of danger, it's good to get those people on your side because you have more numbers, right? Mm-hmm. The right time to strike at them is during a double eviction if they don't win. Take them out then, but use them to your advantage before that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, showmances are a great meat shield. And I'm surprised that the pretty boys want to go after Sam. Or, I mean, we'll talk a little bit about what's happening on the feeds now later. But, you know, when Dane was in Power Week 1, I found it very interesting that he was like, I gotta go after Sam. I gotta go after Sam. Why? Keep that in front of your alliance. It's just...
100%. Like, they're not using the fact that Adam having Sam as an asset. They're looking at it as a threat, and it's just a little dumb.
Right. Whip216 wants to know, speaking of pretty boys, who do you think will be the first to get evicted out of the pretty boys?
I could see Anthony or even Adam, just because it seems like Mark has a good relationship with everyone and the pretty boys, and no one's really looking at him when they should. And also Adam just has great connections with Kiki and Esty as well as the boys.
Right. I mean, question from me, how serious are we supposed to take this alliance when they call themselves pretty boys?
I know. I was just like, oh my God, why would you?
I was like, really? I mean, I don't. Wasn't it Adam that came up with it? I feel like Adam came up with it. So I just was like,
either Adam or Anthony.
Adam or I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sure chat will tell me in 1 second. What would you have named them? Courtney J is saying they could have come up with something better. Ask Aiko what she would would name the alliance.
Oh my God, you guys are putting me on the spot. I would name them a mess.
I would name them One of the Things Is Not Like the Other, because he doesn't have teeth.
Oh my God, I can't stand you.
Why? Aika. Now, can you answer me this? Chat, everyone keeps telling me a different reason for this, and I feel like you are the authority and you can end the debate. I have people telling me that Dane does not have the teeth in because in Canada, it is like a sign of pride for guys because hockey, blah, blah, blah. And then other people tell me, oh, we're Canadian and that's not true at all. He needs to stick his teeth in. So is this like he's a hockey player, guys see it as like a sign of respect and that's why he's always keeping them out, or no?
You know what? So Dimitri actually played hockey for years and years and years. So I'm going to ask him, is that true that it's a sign of respect or not?
It's not a sign of respect. He's just being a dude.
So them just said...
I got buddies with the same things, and they'll always pull out their teeth, like, just to make people laugh. They're just being goofy.
Oh, so the teeth thing is just to be goofy?
Yeah, he's just doing it to be goofy. He's making it his thing. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Aika, you need to tell him at no point is he allowed to be goofy and pull teeth out.
My teeth are all...
He has all his teeth.
All original.
That is a deal breaker for me. Little Big Red wants to know, Aika, what are your thoughts on Anthony? Do you feel he is playing the game he went into the house to play? Are you liking the game that he's playing? What are your thoughts on Anthony? Little Big Red wants to know.
So on the show, it seems like Anthony is laying low, but on live feeds, Anthony comes off kind of messy. Mm-hmm. There's two different Anthonys, you know? Yep. I feel like Anthony is playing a better game than I thought he would pre-show. However, I feel like he needs to stop all the extraness and just simmer down.
Yeah, I mean, he is causing a lot of problems on the live feeds, that is for sure, and his edit is not catching up with that yet. I wonder if the edit is going to show his involvement in spreading seeds of doubt places. We will see. Yeah. Flynn wants to know, somebody on Twitter was like, why didn't Adam name it Adam? Adam, Dane, Anthony, and Mark. Seems pretty... so I didn't even think of that. All of their names would spell out Adam.
I know, me either. I didn't think of that either. And they probably didn't. Because we didn't.
I didn't think of that either. Yeah, that's interesting. Nail wants to know, what did Ika make of Corey's 24-hour challenge, and how do you think that's going to affect her game in the long run? So being put into the house, being forced to make these final 2 deals, what were your thoughts on that first twist?
I was like, oh my gosh, you know, like it sucks to do that, especially because it's so early on. I think she did it really well, and I feel like people forgot about it.
Yes, I agree. I think people forgot about it. I don't know why everyone acted like there was such a big deal about this. I was like, no problem, just get fake drunk.
No, it's true. You're so right.
Yeah. She's like, final 2 deal, I want to be your final 2. Okay, sure, we'll have... And then she can just deny it the next day and be like, I don't remember. God, that's embarrassing. I'm not drinking for the rest of the season.
But did they get alcohol that day?
I don't care. I've been like, I get drunk off orange juice. I have a weird chemical issue.
You're done.
I've been like, orange juice makes me drunk, guys. I don't know if people believe that. Pug wants to know, what do you think of the Kiki and Mark relationship? Do you think there's a chance they will become a new showmance, or could Mark just be using her? Could she just be using Mark?
I don't really see a showmance there, but what do I know about, you know, I mean, this is the person who said I would never get into a showmance. I'm the last person to ask about showmances. I don't really see a showmance there. I feel like Kiki will use anyone.
Yeah. Okay. That's just interesting with the Kiki.
I'm hating on Kiki. I just interviewed her. And I just know that if it's not Esty, she will use anyone and use anything to get anywhere. And that's badass, whatever.
God, I feel like I have such the wrong opinion of her now. Maybe I was buying into it. I'm loving the her and Steph little friendship, because I loved the whole, I'm a woman, I don't need anyone to save me, I'm going to go out there and win it. Now, granted, she couldn't back it up, but I like that so much more than a Chelsea.
But exactly what I just said. Kiki will use anyone for anything if it's not SD. So that their friendship is true. Okay. Their friendship is true. I feel like their loyalty to anybody else is no.
Interesting. All right. I can't wait to see what happens with her as this goes on. This is a good point. Lynn wants me to be accountable for what I said in the Karen show about you, Ika. So, Ika, yesterday I had a theory, and it was that you are a liar. And that you are not actually at all afraid of bunnies. And that you correctly, when talking to Big Brother, said, yes, I am terrified of bunnies. And then when they put a bunny in with you, you really hammed it up.
I can't stand you. What? God, Big Brother and I never had a conversation of my fears. I didn't even know that I didn't like bunnies until I met them. I mean, on TV, they do look cute, and I don't go to pet shops. But like when it's with you and it's in your space, it's creepy. They have red eyes. Why does any animals have red eyes? It's weird.
I agree with you on that, on the red eye. I mean, the reason that it came up is I was saying, I don't understand why these house guests were so honest about what their biggest fears were, and all of just everything, exposing everything to production. I mean, it's great for the viewer. I don't know that I would do that if I played Big Brother. And I was like, I feel like, who would really say, if they're like, what is your biggest fear? What is something that would keep you up at night and terrify you? I'd be like, feather pillows.
You think I said bunnies when they asked me that? They didn't even ask us that. I'm not joking. They weren't like, tell us what you don't want to see, what animal you don't want to see in that house. They never asked me that, ever.
Right.
I mean, like, if they did, I might have said insects or bugs or worms, because I don't like creepy crawly things. But I never in a million years would I have ever even thought of saying bunnies. It sounds embarrassing, but you'd honestly have to see them to see how ugly and disgusting they really were.
I'm going to believe you, because I did forget about the red eyes. I don't know why they have red eyes.
The eyes were red.
Yeah.
They were white. And I'm not joking. It's I'm getting creeped out. them being next to me was weird.
What about like a puppy?
I know I like puppies, but they better not have no red eyes.
What about cats? Are you a cat fan?
No.
See, I agree with you. I think cats are an animal that is designed to steal your soul, and I don't understand why anyone owns a cat.
I'm not joking. I secretly, and this is going to sound so bad, this is only for the people who are watching this, because I know for a fact you guys will not judge me. I secretly judge people who love cats and who own cats.
Now, you are in a good place because everyone knows I feel the same exact way, and all I do is, I'm not kidding. I think cats suck your soul out when you're sleeping. They're so nasty.
I can't stand you.
They're nasty.
I feel like if you are a cat person and you have a cat and you love cats, like, you have an uphill battle with me and our friendship. You're going to have to really earn my trust.
Right, I won't go to your house. I'm also deathly allergic.
Oh my God. Well, see, at least give an excuse as to why you don't like them. I just judge people who are cat people. They're usually just, I don't know, they're just a little weird. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if I offended the cat people.
You don't. Plus, comedic recaps. I mean, you didn't offend. Not you don't. You didn't offend anybody. People know, believe me. They know we're joking. Or are we? Tia D wants to know, are you, Ika, required to watch the live feeds?
Absolutely freaking not. Why would I be? I don't watch live feeds. I don't watch live feeds. I watch it sometimes. I'll put it on if I'm going to do my makeup or something. But I usually get my updates on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't, maybe they're new, but I think everyone here knows that you're a huge fan of the game. So you want to keep up to date on it. Devin B wants to know, currently, who do you think is being the most disloyal house guest this season?
Oh God. I would say Dane. Only because I feel like I do feel like he is good. The pretty boys do kind of have his back, but he is, you know, like plotting Adam's demise, kind of. It just seems like he's like Esty and Kiki are pretty loyal to each other. Eddie is loyal to himself and to himself. But if you're talking an alliance, I would definitely say in the only, actually, sorry, take it back. Maybe Mark. Mark doesn't care about anybody else but himself as well.
Yeah. I would, yes, I do. I see that when it comes to Mark. Becca wants, oh, nope, nope, we already did that one. Which, pretty boy do you think will be evicted first? I feel like we answered that. New Jersey girl wants to know, who in the house right now is most likely to shred a letter from a loved one?
Who's most likely to shred a letter from a loved one?
So if they had to shred a letter to win.
Ones?
The who?
Like, so they're shredding the other house guest letter?
Correct.
Or their own?
Let's go with other house guest letters.
Okay. I think Damien's too nice, I think. I could see Kiki doing that.
Chad is on your side with Kiki.
I could see her doing it. She's badass, like, or she wants to be badass. You know, it's definitely just like I want to be a bad bitch. I want to like, you could tell, like, so if she got the chance, she would definitely do it.
I think she would too. What do you think? Oh yes, you got this from a ton of people. I'm taking it from Courtney. What do you think about the huge twist to the game this season of HOHs not being allowed to play in POVs?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
It's a twist. I just feel like you should be able to defend your nominees. And I mean, it's just like, you know, like, yeah, you get the power to put two people up and to stay safe, but that is your only power.
It is your only power, and it's, in a way, it's kind of a bargaining chip that you have as well that I feel like is taken away from you in the game. I don't like when they switch up the original rules so much.
Yeah, I like the original rules a lot. Like, I feel like it's okay to change, like, the ones, like the triple evictions, if, you know, we want to change that up a little bit or something, but not the original rules. Like, don't change the vetoes and don't do stuff like that.
CJW wants to know, how did you like being able to deliver Wendy's to Dane? This is a three-parter. So was it fun being able to deliver Wendy's to Dane?
I was a little embarrassed to be in that Wendy's outfit, I'm not gonna lie. But it was fun. Yeah.
Okay, now Karen told us that you were super excited and you loved that you got a Wendy's name tag.
Karen's a damn liar now.
Karen lied about it. Okay. Did you at least get a Frosty? CJW wants to know.
They didn't give me any Wendy's.
They didn't give you any Wendy's.
I just had to deliver it, and that's it.
Okay, now, follow-up question for me, which I did also ask Karen. Very important, I need to get your opinion on it. What was up with Kevin's hair in that commercial? Who did that to him? Who hurt him?
And Peely now. That is not my department. That is a question for Kevin and Peely. That is...
I was just like, that's interesting. It's an interesting look, Kevin. I appreciate it. Kara wants to know, which house guest would you align with this season and why? Who would you make a final four with?
Oh, God.
I won't put that much pressure on you. Just who would you align with if you were in the game playing right now?
I would align with, like, if Kiki and Esty had the same loyalty to me that they have to each other, I want to work with them.
Okay.
Because they are very loyal to each other, and I like people that have loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Damien as well just needs some guidance to just play a really good game and to just have someone who he could trust and just go the distance with. And I feel like Damien's a good ally as well. And I mean, Canada keeps giving him things, so why not?
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind. I don't think Chelsea would be as crazy and as paranoid had she had like somebody who she believed was as smart as she is, because she thinks she's really smart.
She's really smart.
I think she's so smart. Like, girl, come on.
She's going to be in for a rude awakening when she gets out. I want to get this out of the way. And chat room, you guys can ask any questions that you want. Keep them coming. I just want to get these three out of the way because it seems like a bunch of people keep asking them over and over again. I'm going to take it from close to RIH, who is asking, Aika, would you play again?
You know what? I say no. I feel like I played twice. I lost twice. And I feel like I gave Big Brother and the fandom, enough of me. I think they are literally tired of seeing me.
I think there's someone rocking in a corner right now and you should change your answer. I think there's a lot of people that don't like that answer.
I just feel like it's, I feel like they got 2 seasons. 2 seasons. Who wants to see me for a third? I'm getting older. Who wants to see me for a third time? They want to see some young, fresh faces.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Here's 2 more follow-ups that we keep getting a bunch of. Untucked Bri wants to know, would you do an all-star season? So are you saying no to anything, like you would go back in no scenario, not even an all-star, not kind of like how you went back last time when it was mixed? There's no scenario that you would want to play again.
I just feel like it's in my best interest to not. Can I tell you, I don't hang out with any Big Brother people. I barely correspond with them. I talk to Karen, Dimitri, Gary, Cassandra, and then here and there, hi, hey, what's up, a cordial thing or not. I don't think they like me. And I really do think that their 9 to 5 would be to get me out. It would be their job, their volunteer hours. It would not be. Whereas like the 2 times I've played Big Brother was just really fun for me. I had a ball, and I just feel like if I went back, they would think I'm the one to just take down, and it's just like not fun.
Here's the one point that I will say to that, and then I'm going to ask you the same question another way a third time so everyone stops asking. But here's the one point. I agree with you. I think everyone is coming after you, but I think the reason everyone's coming after you, it has a large part to do with they're afraid of your fan base. Like, in giving you power. Like, if Canada is involved, you know Ika's winning all the votes. So I think...
I don't think so.
Oh, you are.
No, you know what? I'm not joking. So I do feel like, thank God for my, supporters, and everybody has them, and I'm not joking. I wouldn't trade mine for anybody else's. The stands I have are better than everybody else's, in my opinion. They're not like a large number, but they really rock with me. So I feel like that's why you think I have a lot more than I do, is because they're so loud. But that's it. That's it, honestly.
Well, yes. No, I definitely agree. I'm just saying I could see that being people's thought process. Like, Ika was on ET Canada. Ika did a show. Like, obviously the fans are going to be on her side, whether it's right or wrong. And I find it interesting if you say you think that people don't like you, because let me let you know, whenever I ask any question that is who would you want to play with? Who would you want to see in the game? When I tell you, everyone's answer is Ika. I literally...
What else are they going to say? What else are they really going to say?
Nikki, Graham, Cassandra, Karen, even Kevin... I
will say this. I feel like maybe because I'm not as into the Big Brother world and hanging out and even doing all these things like they are, I would definitely feel like, I could count on my hands the people that I talk to, like even Sarah Kenny. I talk to those people as well. I just feel like going back into the house, I don't have those established relationships the way other people have outside of the house with these people. People remember Ika, they think of she is intimidating, she's in your face, they don't remember that I am a loyal person to actually work with. I will go to distance with you, go to distance with me. They don't remember those things. They're just remembering, she's scary, let's get her out.
Yeah, you are probably correct. You're probably correct in that. It's crazy to think that people wouldn't want to work with you in the game. Like, I would be like, if we ever end up in the house, be like, hi, Ika, I'm your best friend. I'll do whatever you say. I don't care if I have to go home. Just tell me what to do, Ika. I'm just gonna just do whatever you say.
That's my perception. Is it wrong or right? I don't know. But that's just my perception of it.
So, and I already know what you're going to say, but I just have to say it for the chat room because everyone keeps asking. So, no, if they ever did Canada versus US, and no, if they ever asked you to be on Celebrity Big Brother.
No, I'm not doing it. And I'm not a celebrity. I wouldn't go on Celebrity Big Brother.
Do you see some of the people that show up on Celebrity Big Brother?
You're done.
Do you see some of them? Because I think you are and honestly, more so than anywhere else, I think Celebrity Big Brother would be perfect for you, because those aren't really people that know Big Brother that much. You could get in there and just split throats.
You know what? But those are the people who you can't even reason with or spit logic to, because they're just like, oh my god, they're just so they don't get it.
Mom of 4 girls wants to know, would you be okay if later in life your kids wanted to play Big Brother?
You know what? If they wanted to, I would say for sure. I just don't know. If they wanted to, for sure, they should play it. They for sure should. I just know the things about Big Brother afterwards.
Right.
And that people don't know. And I don't say a bunch of things, but I would be scared for that part for them.
Right. No, I agree with that. Sheckler wants to know, Ika, if you could implement one twist into the game, have you ever thought about what that twist would be?
You know what? It's not about implementing, it's bringing it back. I want to see Pandora's box come back.
I want to see Pandora's box come back too.
I love that. love it.
I always said that the twist I wanted, it scared the crap out of me, but I always thought I would want to see is where Jury gets to come in, pick a house guest to battle in some competition, and if you beat them, you get their spot and they go into Jury.
Oh my God, I would die.
I would die too, and let me say, I always thought I wanted it, and then they did that exact thing on RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars last season, and I hated it.
Really?
So I don't ever want that in Big Brother.
Oh
Don't
my
do
God.
it. It's really messed up to do that to people in the game, so no.
My God.
Sparkly Eye, who loves you, wants to know, does she see Eddie getting far because he is not coming off as a threat? So I guess, do you think Eddie is going to go far in this game?
Yeah, Eddie's gonna go far because you're right. He's not. You know what? Like when you get past a certain week of who do we put up because it's easy and who to get out, and I feel like it's getting to a point where it's like, okay, who do we put up because it's easy and who to get out? And I feel like Eddie's getting to a certain point where they might overlook him, and he's very smart. And that same thing's also happening to players like Esty. You know, like she comes off so less threatening and she gets further and further in the game.
Right. Devin B wants to know, how do you feel about Kaylin and the way she played the game?
You know what? So I have like mixed feelings about Kaylin. I remember when I interviewed her and she was like, I'm going to go in and lie and say I'm 29. And in my mind, I wanted to say, please don't do that. Like read my mind because you're psychic and don't do that. She didn't read my mind. So I didn't like that she did that. I get her reasoning and her rationale for thinking that every year the older person gets in and they get out and blah, 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 blah. Didn't happen to Karen, you know, and I get it, but every single house is different. Can I tell you, like every single house is a fresh start.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if you tell people that you're not 29 or that you look like you're not 29 and you look like you're older. So those things that you're trying to hide are still very present. So I didn't like that very much about her game. I did like that she showed up and she played her heart out every single day. I watched some live feeds. I was like, girl, breathe, drink some water, go to the pool, go in the hot tub, cool. I just stopped talking game. But she just tried her best. You could tell how much she just loved the game, you know?
Yeah, she clearly does love the game. Maximus Mom wants to know, who do you feel is the best shot for a fight to making the final two, in your opinion?
Oh, gosh. Can I tell you? I didn't mean to roll my eyes. Sorry. It's always the players who I could see an SD final two. You know, and I like her as a person. I just don't like that sort of gameplay because there isn't one. But I could see her getting really, really far just because she's well liked by Dane. She's comes off less threatening. She's not ruffling any feathers. She's sweet. She's nice. And of the two, of her and Kiki, she comes off the least threatening of the two. You know, so I could see her getting really far as well. Mm-hmm. People realize that she is a threat, it'll be too late.
Right. Becca in the chat says she's flirting her way to a summer camp final too.
You know, and I don't want people to think that I don't like her, because I do. I don't have a problem with any of them. I don't know them. I interviewed them all, and they were all nice people to me, for sure. I just don't like watching the show. And you could see her and Kiki, like, they really think they're doing something. They're just like, ooh, you're not going home this week. We will not let you go home this week. Girl, like, you're not doing nothing.
Right.
You know, it's just like, oh, I just can't. But I get why people like them. It's because of of everyone in the house. They are the most likable. Like, look at everybody else. Why wouldn't you like them?
I agree.
Here, looking in, it's just like, you could just see where it's going.
Right. Milky, well, actually, I think you already answered this. Milky Tease on Twitter wants to know who would you align with. Go back to the beginning of the show, Milky Tease. We answered that one. Let me go with, Whip says, who do you think should leave in the double? So if I guess, well, maybe just who do you want to leave in the double?
You know what? I want one of the pretty boys to leave in the double. Like, not two of them, but I want one of them to leave. Just because I'm tired of seeing them. I'm tired of the, that alliance. I want one of them to go. I don't care which one. Take your pick. Send them out. And I want one of the boring players to go as well. I'm tired of them filling the spot. The spot needs to be emptied and you need to go now.
Right. Jackie Knows wants to know, how would you have felt being in the house with a proclaimed psychic? So speaking of Kaylin, do you think you would have liked to have been in the house with the psychic?
No, because I was shady as hell and I didn't like anybody. And I would have been like, oh my gosh, can she tell? Can she see that? The only person I liked in my house, honestly, I'm not joking, was Dimitri, Karen, Gary, and Cass. And I also like Dallas early on, but it's so hard to like a lot of people in the house because, everybody's being shady. Right. And they shouldn't like me either because I didn't like them. But everyone's being shady. Everyone has their own agenda. Personalities clash. They don't mix. It is hard to be in that house and like a lot of people because they will annoy you. And if they don't annoy you, you will find something about them to not like just because you're bored.
Right. Melanie says, Ika, who right now is your favorite BB US player of all time? Who is your favorite BB Can player of all time? And you got that question from a ton of people too.
Oh my God. I don't know. Okay, honestly, I like so many players. I literally cannot just choose one. Because there have been so many seasons, and I agree. Like all for different reasons. Like, I honestly, genuinely do like Dr. Will, even though it's a cliche answer. I met the guy, and he is charming as hell. I could see why he would win and continuously win. He is just charming. I like Danny Donato. She to me was the original badass Big Brother. And like, talk about somebody who just doesn't have to say it. That's just who they are.
Yep.
I rock with her a lot. I liked Rachel Riley. Again, they're all different players. Like, Rachel Riley gave me a showman. She gave me drama. She was just entertaining. So it's just, they're all so different. And I have to love Josh because he's my favorite person in the world.
Yes. Have to love Josh.
I just like them all for different reasons, and I really can't. And I love Janelle. Janelle is the original queen.
Yep.
She will always be the queen, and there is no replacing a Janelle. And so it's really hard to just pick one. In the Canadian season, it's really hard to say, this is why I have to remove myself and not pick someone from the Canadian season. It's because. Well, I'll tell you why. And I'm not being messy or shady. I'm being honest. You know what, Eric? I'm always honest with you.
I know.
It's because I'm a little bit more biased with the Canadian people because not only have I watched them play, so if I watched them play, it'd be different. But I've also met these people in real life.
Right.
And I've also seen how these people really are. And it taints me from actually giving a good opinion on who is a good game player and who do I respect and who da-da-da-da-da. Because I am biased. So the person who I say would just be because I think they're a decent person in real life. And that's not fair coming from a game perspective. You know what I mean?
Right. No.
So it's hard choosing, all that to just say, it's hard choosing a Canadian player just because I've met them and it's like, I know who you are and your game was trash. So I can't say.
Okay, Ika, watch this. Ask me who my favorite Canadian player is.
Who is your favorite Canadian player?
Ika. But now, Ika, pretend that you're Karen and it was yesterday's show and ask me who my favorite person is.
Karen, you know
Karen! Karen! No, I'm totally kidding. I get it. I cannot do it either. A million people always ask me who's your favorite. There is no way.
I'm gonna say it's Dimitri. I'm gonna go with Dimitri because
yeah,
showman, and he is my romance, and I'm allowed to say Dimitri.
That is right. You have such an easy way out of this one, Aika. You can just Dimitri it.
I'm gonna say Dimitri.
All right. Well, speaking of Dimitri, Denise wants to know, a lot of people are asking, Aika, any plans on getting married?
If people, you know what, that question is really for Dimitri because I'm never asking him to marry me. So that's for Dimitri.
All right.
Dad, you gonna marry me someday? Are you gonna marry me? You have to say it so they can hear you. He's like there.
He's like, All right, he will. We will get him to.
To marry you.
You're gonna marry me?
Yeah.
He's just saying that because he's put on the spot now.
Yeah, right. I hear guys like that they like to be put on the spot live on the internet.
What? Are you just saying yes because you're on the spot?
I'm not on the spot. I'm not even on the camera.
He's turning so red right now, I swear.
I think maybe he should get on the camera and tell us.
Say hi, Dimitri.
Come say hi for a second. Here, I'll give you guys full screen.
Are you going to marry me?
My big head doesn't fit on the screen.
Dimitri, why won't you marry her?
Are you?
Yes.
I'm joking.
Oh, no. I just think everybody loves you two guys together.
I know people do. I don't know why they like us a lot because people usually don't like showmances.
People don't like showmances that don't play the game, and people who are in showmances because they think that if they get in a showmance, they're going to get on Amazing Race or Survivor or be Instagram. Those are the showmances we don't like. Difference.
All the showmances. I'm dead.
Okay, so we're almost running out of time, and I know people want to get our opinion really quickly on what's going on the live feeds. So, spoiler alert, for those of you that have missed the feeds kind of today, we know that Dane is going to put up Sam and Kira. Do we think that's a good idea?
I thought it was Chelsea and Kira.
Well, it is Sam and Kira. However, Dan told Kira that Chelsea didn't have her back, and he kind of like told each group something different. So I think he told Kira, Eddie, and Chelsea, and then he told Adam, Sam. No, he didn't tell Adam, Sam, and Kira. He told Eddie, Sam, and Kira. He's telling people different stories today on the feeds, which I think is going to blow up in his face now.
Yeah, he should have just been honest and just say.
And I think he is still going with, he's still heavily weighing the backdoor Sam plan as well. As of last night, it was Eddie and Kira 100%. But like we said, nominations are actually probably happening in 1 minute. I see Hooker Steven in the chat, and Sheila is saying he just confirmed while we were live it's Chelsea and Kira. Now back to Chelsea and Kira that he's nominating. So, okay, so going back to that, he talked to Chelsea and told her that people might be coming after her, which made Chelsea kind of upset. Anthony is pissed at Chelsea, which we really don't know what happened there. The feeds weren't on them, but Anthony has been saying that he is mad at Chelsea today. Oh, and it was Dane is saying different stuff to Adam and Anthony. He's telling Adam that he's going to keep them safe, and he's telling Anthony he doesn't care, meaning if Sam goes, he doesn't care. If non-binary Kira is mad at him, he doesn't care. So he's telling different things to the guys, I guess, at the moment.
I mean, I don't get the Adam and Chelsea beef. I thought like Chelsea just kept him safe. So I don't understand why he's targeting her.
Well, I think Dane told Kira that Chelsea didn't have her back, but then we also know that Kira, Chelsea, and Sam all heard the guys, over talking, so they think the guys are coming after them, so now they just think that this has always been the guys' plan. I think this week is shaping up in a way, if you're confused listening, just know, this week is shaping up in a way where things could explode and lots of stuff could come out.
Okay.
So it could be very interesting what is happening. And I see Becca says Chelsea threw out Kira's name today to Dane also. All right, let me take 2 more questions. Kelly M says, question for Celebrity Big Brother. On your YouTube, you said that you loved the mooch after the interviews. Did you have any idea that he was, quote, not a real player? And what did you think of that twist?
So just because I'm keeping it real here with Eric, I always do.
Well, don't get me in trouble with people.
I thought it was weird, and I still don't believe that he wasn't a real player.
See, here is what I find interesting. Candy, who I love, was just on Watch What Happens, and Andy, who we know is friends with Julie Tren, tried to trap her into admitting he wasn't a real house guest.
I saw it.
Okay, so her answer made me believe that it was true, that it was all along. She just seemed real good. My point is, I don't think Candy's a good actress. So when she's like, what, he was fake. No, that wasn't planned. I don't know. It gave more credit to it, I guess, in my mind.
I guess, but I mean, if that was me, I'd like to.
He definitely was suspicious, we'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why weren't we in on it if he was a fake player?
Right, exactly. Final question from our town. He wants to know, he wants you to know that he appreciates you so much, all of your interviews, and he thinks that you have a special gift for asking just the right questions to the house guests and engaging with them. And I have to say that sentiment has come from tons of people in chat. Everybody said if there's one thing that you need to let Aika know, just let her know that her interviews are amazing and a staple that we all can't live without each Big Brother season.
Honestly, they're so nice to me. They're so good to me. I'm not just saying this, and I'm not even just being humble. I wouldn't get to do interviews if people didn't respond to them. So I have to thank them for watching the interviews and giving such a great response. I really appreciate it.
I think I agree with what they said. I don't know how we would get through the start of seasons without your interviews. It just becomes the thing that everybody looks forward to. I've even been asking the house guests on their exit interviews. Like, I just asked Kaylin, what is the best advice that you gave her going into the house? And she said being fake and fake crying. And she said, and I didn't listen to Aika, and I should have.
That's so funny. Yeah, you know what? I honestly, I do. Because you know how it is.
Yeah.
You do this, you love it.
Yeah.
But you love it so much more because people just support you and they just tune in and they just retweet and they just comment. And it makes you feel like, wow, like I'm actually, like doing something that I love and that people actually appreciate. It makes you like doing it even so much more.
Right, I would like to know what that feeling's like, which is why you should all be following and retweeting and sharing. Well, now, Aika, where do you want people to follow and share everything that you are doing?
I mean, honestly, like I'm on Twitter, at the Aika Wong, and I'm also the same handle on Instagram.
Yep.
You guys can find me there, and I do appreciate you guys supporting the stuff that I do. I'm not joking. Every single time something comes out, I'm just like cringing, like, oh my gosh, what if nobody watches? Like, I swear to God, I always think that. I'm like, always like, oh, I hope they still watch it. To me, in my head, I'm like, can they get somebody else in there with me? I feel saturated. I feel like people are just tired of seeing me, and it'd be nice to share. Like does Cassandra or Gary or Sarah want to come with me? Because I'd love a partner. I'd love to have somebody else.
Well, you need to pitch it then. I
have.
Oh. Well, then, I don't know. If I see you in the house, on finale night, I will bust. I'll be like, hi, E.T., I'm here to help Aika.
Yes!
I work for free. Apparently. Okay, I know, I see Lindsay posted all of Ika's socials in the chat room. Of course, I will put them below this video on the edited show. For those of you asking, the Karen show will post probably in about 20 minutes from now. Ika, what do you want to say to your fans? You have hundreds and hundreds of people here watching you live. What do you want to say to all of them?
You know what? I do want to thank them always for supporting me and for always just having my back. I'm paused.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I just got talk. Oh wait. Okay.
Yeah, no, go ahead. We're gonna take it from the top. I'll edit it out. Ika, what do you want to say to your fans?
I just honestly thank you guys so much for supporting me and for just, you know, even always having my back even when I'm wrong. I love the unconditional love. I really can't thank you guys enough. And not just season 5 supporters, but the ones who go all the way back from when I was a pre-jury flop on season 2. I do honestly love and appreciate you guys.
Well, the love and appreciation from the chat for you as well. I also, Sheila in the chat I see brought up a really good point. And your YouTube channel with Dimitri. People need to be told.
I didn't say it is because we're not that consistent on it and we don't really post because we just got busy and stuff.
Right.
And I don't want to tell people to go to a channel that's inconsistent. That's all. That's why I didn't say it.
Well, let me tell you what everyone needs to go watch on that YouTube channel regardless. Oh my God, the chicken nugget challenge.
Oh, okay.
I was like dry heaving watching it. I just like how you were like, nope, Dimitri's got it.
I know, it's disgusting. Like, I mean, I don't get why that's even a challenge. It's gross.
I mean, like, you eat a McDonald's chicken nugget, it instantly, like, just coats your mouth in oil anyway. I couldn't imagine eating, like, all of those.
It was disgusting.
Well, you guys in the chat room, you guys go check that out. I thank you guys all so much for watching live. Thank you, Ika, for being here.
Anytime, Eric. Anytime you want.
All right. Look, we will hold you to. We'll wait until jury is rolling around. Then we'll have Ika come back on and see what she's feeling once jury is happening.
Exactly.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you guys later. Thank you so much, Bye, guys. Bye. Good. Now that she's gone, I'm going to remind all of you quickly, because I don't think you guys get how important it really is. We cannot do these shows without your guys' support. So seriously, thumbsing up, subscribing, hitting the bell on our YouTube is such a great free way to support our shows. Sharing them on Twitter, sharing them on Instagram, sharing them on Facebook, 5-star rating and a nice review on iTunes. Those are all great free ways to help support our shows. It kind of did dawn on me that we've been doing these for almost 10 years, and it becomes more and more expensive every year to do it. This is really the first year we've been in jeopardy of not being able to keep doing it. So if you want to support the shows and keep us doing them, sharing on social media, doing those things are the best free way to do it. Of course, you can check out all of our info about BB Can over on our website and see all of our shows, yourrealityrecaps.com. If you want to become a live feed updater, yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters to become one. The best way you can help support our show is to become a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways just for patrons, after shows with the house guest after they've been evicted at the end of the season, prize giveaways, did I say weekly shows? Of course, you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Anything that is done with those two will help get us to Canada if you want to see us do live streaming streaming interviews from the backyard, Liza's party at the end of this season. Becoming a patron or doing a one-time PayPal donation is the way to help us make that happen. Or if you have any Amazon shopping to do, yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. You don't pay any more, just start by going to that link. We get a little bit back. And if you like gaming, we're on Twitch too, yourrealityrecaps.com/Twitch. Come hang out, play Fortnite with the YRR fam. It is a fun thing that we do late nights when we're not doing reality TV, and you guys really seem to be enjoying it. So you can subscribe over there totally for free if you have an Amazon Prime account, and that's another great way to support us. All right, everybody, I will see you guys on the next show. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.